What's up friends, Chook here, and welcome to my Monster Hunter World weapon guide. This guide is aimed at players new to the series, and anyone that may not know or understand how the weapons work, and is looking for a little help. On the surface, the combat of Monster Hunter series may look fairly basic, but there's a lot more to it than people realise. Hopefully I can help you understand the mechanics a little bit better, and now that's all said and done, let's begin. The Insect Glaive. So this weapon's pretty cool. I never really used it that much in previous games, but I want to get used to it and better with it in this game. So even though this is a guide for beginners and everything, I don't know this weapon that well, but hopefully I can shed some light on how the Kinsects work and all that sort of thing, because it can be a bit confusing. And I've had a real life friend recently start playing with this weapon and didn't know anything about the Kinsect, getting the different colors and stuff. So let's go into it. Before we start though, I want to make note of the fact that there are different Kinsects. So if we go to our glaive here, we can see that we have the Maul drone. I've upgraded it, and the Coal drone. At the moment, at the very start of the game, these are the two that you start off with. You will have access to others later, but if you can see here on the right hand side under equipment info, it says that its attack type is blunt and its dust effect is heal, and it has no element. Here, this one's sever and poison. So depending on what type of Kinsect you want and what abilities you want it to have, depends what you take with you. So at the moment we'll just do this, we'll use this one, and I might change to this one later to explain the differences. But the core thing of the Insect Glaive is that it is very fast, very mobile, but it uses quite a bit of stamina. So Mega Dash Juice, energy drinks, all that sort of stuff might be useful here, just like with the dual blades. But you have 4 different essences that you can gather from monsters, and the way you do that is by shooting them with the Kinsect. So let me explain that. To start off with, if you just hold down left trick while your weapon is out, if you hold down L2 on PlayStation, and I don't know, Xbox buttons, but you know what I mean, you will bring up this little reticule. Now, when you hover over something that is attackable, then you will get this yellow reticule. Now, if you send your Kinsect out by pressing Y, it will just go in a straight line wherever you're aiming, and it will hit the thing. And then if you press, you see how it's got a red essence, it's glowing red. Also underneath my name and weapon durability and everything, you can see that there's that gauge there, and the insect has that red glow. If you press holding this reticule down still, this left trigger, L2, if you press B, you'll bring the Kinsect back to you, and you will gain that red essence. So that's red. Say we go attack this one, we get a orange essence. We bring that back, and then maybe this one, and we get a white essence. Now we have all 3 essences, and we are effectively on steroids, basically. So the idea is to get all 3 essences and keep them for as long as you possibly can, but particularly the red and white. Now, these essences come from different parts of monsters. Generally speaking, the head you will get red from. The like wings and legs and stuff you'll get white from, and like the body and tail and stuff you'll get orange from. There is also a 4th color, green. While green won't actually give you any stat benefits or anything, it will heal you. So if you ever get the green essence, you can bring your Kinsect back for a quick heal, which is handy. Now, before we go into the combos and everything, let's go and look at the Hunter Notes. Because, like I said, this weapon has a bit to it, so we'll have a read. Now, there's all the different button presses and everything, but on the right-hand side is what we're interested in. Kinsect, Harvest, Extract. Tag monsters with the Kinsect to gather Extract. There are 4 types harvested from different body parts: red, white, orange, green. We went through that. To recall, use recall to then gain these extract effects, which will vary based on the color. So red will improve attacks, white will give you faster movement, orange will give you knockback prevention while attacking, and green will restore health. Combine multiple colors for hybrid effects. So we kind of went over that. Now, here's another part to the Kinsect. Mark target. Hit a monster part with the mark target, and the Kinsect will attack, releasing Kinsect powder. When struck by the hunter, that powder will produce an explosion of the corresponding effect. So we know how to shoot out the Kinsect by just... Sorry, let me get my weapon out. By just aiming and pressing Y to send it out. And then when you get whatever part extract you need, you just press B to bring it back. But what you can do as well is you can mark certain parts of a monster. So say this is a monster and you shot him in the face. Your Insect will go out and hit that part of the monster, so the face effectively. Then you can send him back to get your red essence. But what's happened is because we've marked the monster, the Insect has gone out and left its little dust particles there, which is those little firefly things. Once we hit that, an explosion will go off. Now, if we look at our equipment info, we can see that our Maul Drone attack type is blunt, but its dust effect is heal. So if we were to hit that dust, we would get a little heal. Now, if we go back to our other Insect, which was poison, can't really show it off in here because there's nothing to poison, but you'll get the idea. If we go and equip this bad boy, all right, and we attack this barrel, for example, Insect will go out, it'll gather the essence, it'll come, and then you can bring it back, and now it's got this purple cloud. You hit that, and it does poison damage in a little explosion. So depending on what Insect you have, you can have different types of effects of your cloud, which is dust, whatever, which is cool. Now that's all said and done, let's get into the actual combos, right? So similar to the dual blades, when you're just in normal form, so if you don't have any red essence or whatever, say you have no essence at all, these are your standard combos. So you can see their combo for brief openings is forward and triangle, triangle, triangle. Basically just spam triangle if you just want to get in some quick hits. Now, if you have red stocked, if you have the red essence, you can do circle, triangle, circle. But once you get the red essence, all your attacks get boosted. So it's effectively like dual blades going to demon mode, right? So if you remember from the dual blades tutorial, that when you were attacking just in normal mode, they're alright, but you know, whatever. And then as soon as you went into demon mode, all your attacks got boosted and were crazy. Same thing here. So if we go and get our red essence, and we'll go and renew our white essence. Now, all our attacks will look very different. Right, so that's the triple triangle. And then this is the circle, triangle, circle. As you can see, it's a lot more flashy. But one of the cool things, and probably the coolest thing that the Insect Glaive can do, is this. You can pogo stick yourself into the air, or vault yourself into the air, which is super, super awesome. So this, similar to the dual blades again, this weapon does a lot of damage in a short amount of time, but it's all very quick hits. So if we go up here and just land this thing, if I can actually hit it, you can see none of these hits are particularly damaging. This is an upgraded weapon from the tier 1 weapons, which I've done all the other tutorials with. I apologize about that. But they're not particularly... Now I've lost my red essence. They're not particularly hard hitting. It's just, it hits very fast. Right? That's its biggest strength. And the fact that you can mount monsters quite easily, because once you hit monsters in the air, it's mounting damage. So let's get our red essence back. And we'll renew our white. There we go. And you'll see that we can do a lot more damage now against this thing. And you can just chain all these attacks together. But what's cool is obviously this. You know, you can hit things in the air and do mounting damage. If you do a triangle in midair, you'll do this like downward slash like that. But if you do a circle in midair, then you'll do this spinny move, which is very cool. And then if you hit something, you propel yourself off it again. So it's very acrobatical and stuff, but the fact that it has no defense means that you need to use this to avoid damage quite a bit. So I compare it to the dual blades, like I've mentioned a few times before, that it is very fast paced, and what you lack in defense, you definitely have in offense, really quick hits and everything. The main reason I don't like it personally is the Insect aspect of it, having to send them out, gather things, and then bring them back, can get very tedious. But once you have them all, like, that was fairly easy to get because these enemies aren't moving. You're a powerhouse. But it's getting those essences is the hard part. And especially if there's a monster that's moving around a lot and you're trying to get it in their head, but you can't, and you're wasting all this trying to get the right essence and everything. But once you do, it's amazing. So that's a brief look at the Insect Glaive. Like I said, I'm not a pro with this weapon. I don't use it very much at all. But that's how the essences work. And I think that's the hardest thing to understand with this weapon. So just a reminder, red essence is usually the head. White essence is usually the wings or feet, legs, I think it is. And orange is usually the body. Those two could be reversed, but I think it's that. But yeah, you always want red and white at all times if you can. Orange is a bonus, and if you get a green one, then you can use it for a heal. And also remember that if you mark a target, you will leave this dust here, and then you can detonate that by attacking it to do a big AoE of poison or heal yourself with the two Insects we have at the moment. As you progress, the Insects will actually get faster. So as you can see here, it's quite slow. It's very slow, but they will get faster. So I think even if we go into here, it will tell us. Nope, it doesn't tell us how fast it is. But in the other games, you've been able to increase their speed, so I wouldn't see why it's any different in here. But that is a brief look at the Insect Glaive. Hopefully that was helpful, especially for the essence colors and how to get them and how to keep them active at all times, and that's your #1 priority. I know that that's what my friend had trouble with, but now that he knows that, he loves it even more. But as always, let me know if you've learnt something. Hopefully you enjoyed it. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.